Now what we're going to do in this is very similar to what you are going to do in your project. So let's take a look here. Let's go ahead and duplicate this layer. I'm going to press Control and J, and I'm going to call this one Original, and we'll call this Black and White. And what we're going to do to black and white is desaturate it. Basically, we're going to convert it to black and white. There's lots of different ways to do this in Photoshop. We're going to use Image, Adjustments, Hue and Saturation. And then we're just going to take the saturation, move that slider all the way to the left, and click OK. And you'll notice that we still have the areas of highlight and shadow, which is what we want in this. And then what we're going to do is insert a layer, and we are going to paint over part of the glass. Let me see, where is my paint? There it is, my brush tool. I'm going to just choose a circular one for this. And I'm going to pick the hardness or set the hardness pretty close to 100% because I don't want it spilling into other pieces of glass. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So what I'm going to do is paint over the glass, and I'm going to apply a blend mode. And probably adjust opacity on this. I'm going to kind of cycle through these, find one that I like, maybe adjust the opacity a little bit. And once you apply the blend, you can kind of see if you were careful painting. Normally I have to actually come in here and erase a little bit. But you can do one piece or a couple pieces in that color. My eraser. I am kind of fussy about people's paintings, so make sure when you are working on your project that you look at your image at least at 100%. A lot of people get these huge images, which is great if you want to put it in the art show, but they don't work at 100%, and it does print at 100%. So you really need to view it at 100%. Let me zoom out and take a look here. I think I'll do one more. And then I'm going to rename the layer and add another layer that I'm going to paint. Really zoom in here. Okay, so I'm going to call this thing Yellow, and I'll name it Overlay because overlay is the blend that I applied. Now I'm going to insert a layer. Oops, got two of them. We'll pick this first new layer, and I'm going to adjust the color. And I'm going to do a little bit more painting. And you don't even have to paint very far before you do the blend to see if you even like that color. I find it's a little easier sometimes if I'm going to do blends like this. to actually paint with the blend on. Then it's a little easier to see if you're being sloppy on your painting. I'm actually going to get a couple pieces of glass in here. I'm not all the way on here. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, so this was orange, and I've got linear burn. And I can adjust the opacity just a little bit. And then I'm going to insert another layer and adjust the color. And I'm just going to paint a little bit and just do the blend to see what I like. I'm actually going to like that green. Of course, not thrilled with how that blend looks there. Let's pick maybe the lighter pieces of glass. Okay. I definitely like it better on the lighter ones. Okay. Probably not the prettiest look here on the dark glass, but I can go ahead and change the blend. Let's see. Something else looks a little bit better. Hopefully one of the lighter ones. Okay. So in this little lightened group here. Oh, that one looks pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to say green, color dodge. I'm not sure if I like the orange. Let me see if I like. Okay, I like that better. So it's no longer linear burn, subtract. But I think you guys are kind of getting the idea. What you're going to do for your project is something very similar. Um, and what you have to have in the project is 3 layers that have a blend mode applied. And you also need 3 layers with opacity changes. Now, if you look at mine, I did blend modes and opacity on all 3 of these, so that would count.